What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. Happy Thursday. We've made it almost to the end of the week. One more day to go. Hopefully, y'all have had a pretty awesome week. I know there's been a ton of figure news, like so much. Yojo June, Marvel Legends Doc Samson being revealed, and a ton of new stuff from Target Geek out. Hopefully, you had a chance to check out the video I did a few hours ago, right before this drop. So hopefully you had a chance to check it out. If not, we'll go over some of those reveals that you can pre-order as soon as 9 a.m. tomorrow morning in Target. Do not panic, of course. Every time Target has a pre-order, everything sells out 100%. And then there's the scramble. Oh, no, we missed out. And then they're back up in time for the actual street date, and then everybody's happy, and then the rest of us are waiting for them to hit the deep clearance like they almost always do for everything. Before I go any further, though, got some big news because we have a new member to the Year Plus Lyles Figure Files VIP members. Let's start off with the existing Year 1 members: Jamlin Parks, Blake Tarpley, Lefty Two Lions, BK, James Green, David Thanos, Lawson Wallace, Henry G, Ryan Daly, Jay Woods, Tom Finn 2018, MOC Turtle, Robert Hayes, Nathan William, Retro Robo, and the newest member to the Year 1 Plus Club, Pixelated Poses. Thank you so much. I'm applauding. Why do I need to do that when I've got this? Don't do it for me. So thank you very much, Pixelated Poses, and the VIP members for sticking through for a full year plus. Some of y'all are closing in rapidly on 2 years. It's pretty amazing. And of course, let's not forget the other VIP members: Alan, Bro, Fitz, DJ No Good, Cousin Eddie, Graham Tuttle, John Morrissey, Vintage Bob, Doom Customs, Kwame Taylor, Carlos Castillo, One Ugly AMFO, and Troy B. Thank you all so much for rocking with Lyles Figure Files as VIP members. I absolutely, definitely appreciate each and every one of you. And we ought to give a shout out to the super supporters as well. Solo Center, Solo, I love you. John Morrissey, Mr. 616, and of course, Lawson Wallace. Do not forget to pick up Lawson's book. Check it out if you have not already. All right. Now, let's see what's going on in the chat. For those of you, of course, wondering, yeah, got a few more figure displays to showcase. If you want in on next week's episode, showing off your collection, you can hit me up right here, lylesmoviefiles@gmail.com. And just let me know, hey, this is my figure display. Want to show it? And we'll show it on next week's show. Thanks. Now, let's get to the chat, see how everybody's doing. All About the Villains comes in first tonight. Yo, All About the Villains, how are you tonight? Then Doom. Happy Thursday, Lyles Figure Files crew, into my main man, 100 grand Jeffrey. What it is, Vin Doom. How are you on this fine Thursday? Snake Eyes, tip of the imaginary hat to you. Howdy, partners. How's everything? Omega 579. Hey. What's happening? Good. How are you tonight, my friend? Brian P. for reals. How's everyone doing tonight? Good. How's everyone feeling? We'll get to that soon. Jamlin Parks. Hello. Hey, how you doing? What'd you think about me and you? Wait. Let's make a date. King Collector Royalty has arrived. The king is in the building. What's up, y'all? What's up, Royalty? Russell Cruz. What's up, Russell? How are you tonight? Good evening, everybody. Hey, Russell. Ryan Daly. What's up, guys? Just saw Masters of the Universe. It was enjoyable fluff, campy and self-aware. Not a lot of substance, but there was some heart. And it was entertaining. I loved it. I'm going to go see it again on Saturday, taking some more of my friends to go see it, spreading the word, because I want this to do well. I want to see sequel after sequel after sequel for it. And of course, the only way the big wigs, they can go, yes, make a sequel, will be when they look at the green and the bottom line and go, yes, this made us money. Keep making them. So here's hoping And I knocked the desk just to drive that point home. Boom. So hopefully we'll see some more. But I still got a lot of Masters of the Universe figures to get. So we'll see. Henry G. Hey. What's up, Jeff? Figure Files crew. What's up, Henry G? Hope everyone is having an exquisite week. It has been quite exquisite. Whole lot of figures, whole lot of pre-orders, lots of excitement. Only week one with Yojo June, and already got some major wish list items crossed off the list. Pretty exciting. Hopefully everything's going well with you. Excuse me. Water always goes down the wrong way and I'm talking too much. JMC. What's up, Jeff and crew? What's up, JMC? How you doing tonight? Retro Robo is here. What's up, Jeff and the Figure Files crew? What's up, Retro Robo? How's everything on your end? Ryan Daly. If I can't pre-order Prowl tomorrow, I will chuck my other 27 Transformer toys into the river. Just make sure it's downstream my way. Lawson Wallace says, like and subscribe, people. Let's go. This World Cup's coming up soon. I got to get my vocal cords ready. Thank you, Lawson. Hello, Japanese Loud Figure Files crew. What's up, Lawson? Porlam. I'm panicking. Need that GIF so I can play that over and over tomorrow when people are complaining. Oh no, Target's pre-order rate sucks. And it's just like, this happens every time. It's gonna be all right. Blake Tarpley, pixelated poses. Welcome to the family. You know that you can never, ever leave. I decided to add a little bit of extra creepiness to that. Speaking of Blake Tarpley, not creepiness, but I am so excited for the Maryland Toy Expo. It is next Saturday. Jason and I need to get our tickets so I can take advantage and get some of these figures that I don't have on the shelf. Hopefully I can find the Lightning Lad Platinum Edition. What else am I looking for? A few more McFarlane figures. Hopefully John Stewart or at least Plastic Man's legs, either way. And I feel like there are a few more characters over here that I need to get. And no, the wall shelf is still not there. Hopefully later. Exactly, Retro Robo. Chuck them into a large box with my address on the label instead. Exactly. Oh, Lou! What's up, y'all? What's up? School's out for summer. Nice. That's pretty good. My old school is wrapping up, what is this, next Wednesday. So I'm going to try to make it over there and say bye to all the kids graduating and going on to the next level. It's crazy. Brian P says, oh, school's out forever. Nice. Rick Cage, in brightest day, in blackest night. Beware my power to activate the like. I like that. Like that a lot. It's pretty good. DJ Jedi on the ones and twos. Loud Figure Files crew. What it do? How are you, my friend? Vin Doom. I am seeing Masters tomorrow afternoon. The wife got tickets for an early birthday present. When is your birthday? It's a few more days off, right? Happy early birthday from us here at Loud Figure Files as well. And it'll be a pretty fun present. JBTMR. Can't wait to receive my Mattel DC Joker and Batman. JB, welcome to the show. And yeah, I am really trying to resist because I want to see what the premium collector's version of Batman, Joker, Flash, and Robin look like. But these are some really stellar looking $13 figures. Seeing all these pictures, and let's see how fast if I can find some. It's been really cool seeing so many collectors like hopping on board with the line. It's like, wow, this is cool. I cannot believe the Butcher and the Blade are becoming free agents after their AEW contracts are expiring. Oh man, no way. Can't believe it. Let's see. Let's see. What would be the best way to find this? Let's try Joker. Let's see if that'll work. Because let's see, it's really cool pictures. Let's try this way. I'm sure it'll work. There won't be any problem. And those of you who missed out, of course, McFarlane Joker, the comedian version, is going back up for pre-order next Thursday. So you can get another crack at it if you missed out. I think that's pretty cool. And, McFarlane's almost done, but there's still opportunities for people who want to get the line. Ah, great. Found it. That didn't take too long. Oh my God, Preternia had it. I don't even know why I needed to go searching. But yeah, I'm really impressed because look at how this Joker, who's 6 inches, and look how he stands next to Muse, next to E Honda. He fits in perfect. It's just like great. There's no worries. There's not going to be any complaining from collectors. I thought my jokes were bad about the scale, at least in terms of mixing and matching with their Marvel Legends. So I fully expect everyone to go who is going, I can't stand McFarlane. Why are they so big? To get every one of these figures and pose them exclusively with their Marvel Legend figures. But yeah, I think these are really awesome looking figures right off the bat. I mean, this is the kids line, and they've already got, I've seen some really fun poses. It looks like a lot of collectors are getting some really dynamic poses out of not the most articulated figures, which is pretty impressive. And that means, of course, we're going to see some really, really cool stuff. I need to put the Flash in a search engine on Twitter, apparently, because otherwise it's going to be a lot of other things. I'll leave it to your imagination what that stuff is. All right, so let's see if I can find a picture of the Flash with all this cool stuff. And it doesn't look like I'm going to succeed on that end. I guess I could try Instagram, but then, yeah, probably is not going to work. Anyway, very cool stuff. And I'm really excited about this line. I'm going to try to practice patience and wait to see the higher end version. I do think that Joker, with all the fun gimmicks with that gun, I might need to go back and double dip and get him because of the cool faceplates as well for the Jokerized versions. But I don't think they're going to have any period of time where you cannot go to any store and not find Batman and a Joker, Superman, all that good stuff. And a lot of those pre-orders went up this week over in a bunch of places, including my affiliate, Entertainment Earth. Let's see what we're looking like with those right now, because it was like, wow, this is crazy. Everybody's excited about DC again. That is a really cool thing to see, and people are really hyped up about this line. And they're like, I don't even care. I'm not worried about the waiting around for the highly articulated versions. These look pretty cool on their own, and I'm ready to get them. And they unleashed a whole rack of stuff. The 12-inch versions, you see that with the Flash, and then we've got these bonus ones like the new 52 Superman and the big battle suit Batman. Then there's your 12-inch versions of Batman, Superman, and the Flash with soft good cape still, which is pretty impressive. And a bunch of stuff is in stock, including this Night Terrors version of Batman. My guy Todd, Too Many Numbers, said Batman woke up feeling like he was Daredevil. That was pretty appropriate. The Justice Society Green Lantern with the correct ring hand versus Solomon Grundy, whose figure didn't even need to come out on a Monday. It's Thursday. You can still get this pre-order for the Vault version of Wonder Woman. So everyone who missed out on that really fun figure originally has no excuse now. You can still get her with no problem. Let me see here, of course, because I'm trying to find, I guess maybe I could have made this super easy on myself and then just went to Mattel. They're back in business, Mortimer. And so much cool stuff coming from these guys. And I'm really like digging this Superman. I thought he looks cool. Again, this is just their basic lineup, and it's really impressive. And we've seen how they handle the WWE figures. A lot of times they'll share head sculpts. So these will probably be what we have in the store coming up soon, but I think that's pretty nice. I like how they were able to work this, the top portion of his cape with plastic so it fits in there nice. There's no riding up or any weirdness. And the soft goods cape, that's really exciting to see. And they incorporated this armor, which you don't have to have, but you can if you want it. A little fun extra for everybody. That's pretty neat. And then I like this sprue, all kinds of fun stuff. We got a chain. We got these parts. I don't even know what they are, but the Superman armor piece and Superman with a determined sort of smile, which works for him. So really, really digging how Superman turned out. We've got a whole bunch of other characters, though, including John Stewart. What's up, Rick Cage? I already know you pre-ordered him. Got him set, ready to go. And This line is going to be really fun, and I'm looking forward to just seeing what else they come up with for these premiere line of figures. Not even the collector's version, but this Joker gun and all of his accessories, really fun. And he's the only one that don't have multiple pictures for. That's disappointing because I wanted to show all of those cool deals there. Let's see. Let's do it that way. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like so hyped about what they're doing with this already with the smaller scale stuff. Then here's Clayface, and I thought they did a really fun job with him where he's got this flip action kind of headpiece. So you can see this one with the Minnie Mouse look, and then you flip it like right there and bam, you got more of a cartoon version, which is so creative. I'm really digging this, and I'm very curious to see what they do for the larger scale. But this line is already taken off. There's a lot of excitement. People posted all week long about their findings of the figures. I didn't make it to a Target this week, so I was curious to see if any of mine had it. I feel like maybe I'll make a run out at some point tomorrow just to see. And of course, that FOMO is gonna be like, you've got to take one of these home right now. And I'll go, oh. But if I see Joker, he might be the one I grab first. Anyway, back to the chat. Henry G, nice start to Yo-Joe June. Pretty excited for those Target drops. Transformers and G.I. Joe as well. Yes, sir. Henry G, now the first wave of the DC figures incoming. Did you get all four? And did you get the like Robin with his cycle? And I mean, we got all kinds of stuff right out the bat. Vin Doom, June 12th, next Friday. Nice, very good. So I will make sure to try to say this again next week. JBTMR, thank you, sir. And I completely understand your point. Thank you. I'm trying to remember which point I made that time. Oh, yes. They're going to be pretty fun to get. Lawson, what I got this week? I got Shazam! Oh, Thunder transforming me into a superhero. Yet, Jack Knight Starman. I still need to get Jack Knight. Mayfex Iceman. What did you think about Iceman? One of my buddies actually got him. He's pretty disappointed. He was like, the Secret Wars one was better. So what you think? Alan Scott, Green Lantern versus Solomon Grundy 2-pack. What did you think about those two? I'm very, very curious about that. Lawson, pre-ordered Hooded Cobra Commander and those other Classified Joe offerings from yesterday. Nice. Lefty, it's time. The alliance has been formed once again. Figure filers, assemble. I might need to get a hammer up here too. G-Brew, what's up, guys? What's up? I was absent last week because I went in at 4 a.m. to get off at noon to sign for a package, a Proton pack. I'm sure you're excited to have that in the collection. JBTMR, Robo gave the Joker and Batman a thumbs up approval. Nice. Good deal. Future. I gotta make sure I won't spoil anything. Future DC Warrior, cool. 360. What up, Jeff? Bro, saw Masters of the Universe twice in a row last night. That's pretty cool. And IMAX at AMC. Got out of theaters at 1 a.m. Movie's amazing. It really is. 3 post-credit scenes. Yeah, Jason, I only saw 2 of them because I was like, there's no way we're gonna get a third. But for those of you who have seen the movie, do not spoil anything in the chat. Thank you. Leto was amazing. He really was. Absolutely. And I cannot wait to see it again. Lefty, Proton packs are tight. Yes, sir. Mike Gould. What's up, Mike? All right. Green Lantern, Rick Cage. I immediately pre-ordered DC Core, but I wandered into Target and Walmart and looked at them in the pegs, bought the Flash, left Joker, and got DC Multiverse, Eclipso, Falcon, Marvel Legends, and 2 DC lines in stores. Yeah, man, it's a crazy time. I mean, that's one of those deals where it's like, we don't have to have a war. We can still get all this stuff we want. How far back in the time? Way back. You just sent me the post. All right, cool. Let me check. Oh, come on. Uh-oh. Did he send it through email or through Instagram? My computer's been super slow today. Thrust fire up! Opening up eBay and Entertainment Earth packages while listening to Loud's Figure Files. Not a bad way to start in the night before having Friday off from work. That is not bad at all. Assuming you don't have to go in on Saturday or Sunday. Welcome to your weekend. What all did you get? Michael Solis. It's figure files time. Yeah, it is. Happy Thursday. What's gonna suck with the cape? Where's the hole gonna be? Brian P. Superman needing armor is like Flash needing a car. Untrue. If there's some kryptonite in his path, he'll need a little bit of armor. So if Lex Luthor wants to fire off a kryptonite laser blast, bam, he's covered. So he's got a little protection. Maybe Zatanna wants to cast a spell and bam, got that covered too. So there are some practical reasons for Superman to actually wear armor. And if he's fighting on Mongol's war world, he's got armor there too. Van Doom picked up Secret Wars Daredevil, and the wife got me Masters movie Trapjaw and did a grip of pre-orders. What all did you pre-order? And speaking of Retro Robo and Master Universe, yeah, because I'm like, after that second time I see the movie, I might be like, yo, Retro Robo, I'm coming through. Get me those Masters figures, please. So excited about those. Now I've seen the movie. I was just hoping the movie was adequate so I could be excited about getting the figures. Now I am ecstatic to get the figures. And hopefully there's like wave 3 and 4 to come. If I remember, Mattel had some cool multi-packs back in the day. I hope they do that again to help build out these teams. I'm trying, well, they had the best one with the Legion. That was really great. I feel like the decision makers at Mattel this time around are going to make sure that they do what we see with the WWE figures. We've got a Piper's Pit set right now. We've got multiple versions of the Bloodlines in 3-pack form. We've already seen that they're giving us a 3-pack with the Green Lantern Mr. Freeze set. I think that's here. That's funny. That's the only thing that on this set of figures they showed off. And I don't see. Really wacky. But let me see if I can still pull that up from all the figures that I have gotten to. Let's see. Let's see. Hopefully I remembered to do this properly. I did not. But not to worry. And I'm sure all of you were. But I did have it saved. Give it up. All right. So they are going to absolutely give us multi-packs because already we're seeing with the core / premiere line, got this amazing looking Bane figure. And this Bane, knowing now how this Batman scales up, excuse me, with like a regular standard Marvel Legend figure, we know this Bane is going to fit in perfect. He's correctly scaled to Batman, and that means he can scale up properly with, I don't know, Drax the Destroyer. Who else would you? Strong Guy. But yeah, this Bane, I mean, short of butterfly shoulders, ab crunch, bicep articulation. There's some articulation things here that could be improved upon. But this Bane is a stellar $13. I mean, it's gonna be a little bit more because it's a 3-pack figure, but this is really good. I can't wait to see what they do with him in the main articulated collector's line. What's up, Hustle SM? How are you tonight? Jamie, I think it's a great sign that Mattel has improved on what Spin Master did for the kids line and piquing the interest of McFarlane and Legends collectors at the same time. Yeah, because it's funny. There's lots of collectors. I mean, Lawson just mentioned he got the Mafex, Mafex, Iceman. Now he stopped collecting Marvel Legends. It's nice to have more options for all these lines that we enjoy. And I think that's what, I don't know, it's been this thing of like, I've got to like this brand. If you like this brand, you can't like this and stay over there. There's room for everybody to celebrate all these different lines because you can mix and you can match and you can have your different multiverses of figures. They don't have to match up in the scale if you don't care if they do. For those of us like me who are like strictly just crazy about scale, I mean, I gotta have my figures that line up appropriately. But this is cool, and I think the more options to get the various characters, whatever style format you want, the better it is for everybody. So really happy about that. And Spin Master, when they got those smaller scale kids figures, like you said, they had some pretty cool choices out there too. And if I wanted a smaller scale figures, I might have gotten those because I thought early on, and I wasn't keeping up with what they did later as some years progress. But I thought right out the right out the gate, they were pretty cool. I don't know why I keep saying right out the bat. I guess both of those work. King Collector. With those prices, it's good to get young kids back into collecting. They've been priced out of the good stuff for a while because everything has been geared towards adult collectors. Mattel is definitely not giving up on kids. And I think that's a big reason why that WWE line is so successful. Funny story. I was in Target 2 weeks ago and just kind of looking around to see if they had anything new. And there's a little kid with his mom. And I don't know about y'all. Maybe this is just something I do. But when I go to the figure out, I'm expecting to just have it wide open for me. And when I see kids there, I'm like, oh, God, get out of the way. And I know we want kids to keep these lines going, but they're so slow. They've got to debate with their parents. I've never had that experience, but of course I did. But it's just funny because there are all these WWE figures, and his kid picked up an Ultimate Edition Hulk Hogan figure. And I was like, this kid could not have been at best older than 10. And I'm like, how do you even know Hulk Hogan? I would think a Rock figure might be a little bit too outdated. Of course, he was around, but I mean, he was like, yeah. And he was looking at Bray Wyatt. He was looking at all these modern day stars, and Bray is not exactly modern. Uncle Howdy, that was the one. And he's like, yeah, Hogan's the only one I don't have. I'm like, wow. So there is something to be said about having stuff that kids want. And I think this line is great because those kids are going to grow up in 5, 10 more years and want to have highly articulated versions of the figures they got back when they were $13. They can be like us. I remember when I got this figure for $13 and now it's $40. That'll be awesome. But absolutely, it's really cool to see kids still into action figures. And I think this line, if they're not going to have to fight with the adults to get them, it's going to be a great gateway into a bigger, larger world of figure collecting. Brian P. Marvel Legends Power Princess finally arrived last week, and I found credits in Marvel Legends Secret Wars Falcon. Goodbye, old Toy Biz Falcon. Yeah, I have most of my Toy Biz figures except for the Green Goblin, who's still front and center of my Spider-Man villain shelf. They're all in the secondary display area. I'm not going to get rid of them, but yeah, it's really nice to actually have the ideal versions of these characters. And it's like, oh man, he's got great articulation and he looks great. And you know, there's always something with those old Toy Biz figures. Even when I was collecting them, I didn't understand why Black Panther and Wonder Man had the exact same mold. And it was just like, well, why? But I love that line. I'm not going to trash it. I am very happy to replace these Toy Biz figures, these holdovers, holdouts, and replace them with far superior, better articulated, better sculpt versions from Hasbro. Rick Cage, guilty as charged, Sir Jeffrey. Maybe I should have done it the Paulie Dangerous way. And Rick Cage is guilty as charged. I've ordered 4 Green Lantern Corps figures, 2 King Cobra Commanders, and 4 Deep Six figures for custom fodder. What are you going to do with the Deep Six figures? Excuse me, just swap the heads and like have them all underwater. I know I'm going to show off some more figure display sets. I'm really curious to see how people do different environments. I know Jamelin had like a desert theme for his desert troops, but I love seeing water displays because you got to incorporate a little bit more creativity. It can't just be a basic shelf. It's got to have that water going in there as well. What up, Julian? Hey everyone, a lot of news this week. A good He-Man movie. I got my Hulkbuster Punisher and Secret Wars Daredevil this week with Secret Wars Magic and Figure Art Spidey coming in soon, the mail soon. So dude, which one of those is your favorite? I know when we talked Monday at the master screening, you're like, yeah, they're coming from my wallet. What did you think about that Hulkbuster Punisher? Secret Wars Daredevil. I'm excited about that one. And Magic always looks cool. I wish Figure Art Spider-Man came in or is coming into. Pack Rat, good times on Figure Fowlers. What's going on with you, my friend? Lawson says the Mafex Iceman is a lot better than the Legends figure. Just infinitely more posable, and his head is kind of more squarish at the top. Also, a lot more accessories, including ice bridge, power effects. That's interesting because my buddy was complaining about the length of the ice bridge, saying it kind of stopped abruptly. I like those power effect hands, really does get that Jim Lee look to it. But yeah, I'm glad to hear you like it. Chubolo. I feel like I butchered it. My apologies. Good evening, people. How are you tonight? Sick. How about I just say choo? Choo, choo, choo. I choose you. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can grab this really fast from Jalen on Instagram. And messages. It's an attachment. Oh, yes. I saw these. And of course, I cannot. Let me try this. But man, these are really cool. He did some really solid work on these. Boy, she did really solid work on these figures. Sorry, Cassie. Like she's really killing it with these, and just amazing custom work on all these guys and Catwoman. And it's great. All right. When I saw these, I was like, yo, this is really cool stuff. And no, it's all good. I was able to translate. But yeah. So this is like the power of this line, random ramblings. And Cassie's definitely worth following. You can see Retro Robo there. And my collection of classic Batman figures from McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, all of which were customized in some way, shape, or form. And let me just browse through these really fast. You can see like that Joker has superior arm articulation, a little cleaning to some of the paints. They pop really nicely. Gosh, man, that Nightwing is just like he is Batgirl Hideaway from being perfect. Just if you were a little bit shorter. And you know, I didn't want this Robin figure, but seeing what Cassie did, she actually used the Cassie Kelly body. And you can see there. I'm like, man, that was a pretty smart move. And I still need a younger Robin. And that's pretty nice to see that. Jason Todd, Death in the Family. I really love this Alex Ross inspired version. This is really cool. And Batgirl's just a great figure all around. And Nightwing is so good, like on his own. And she was able to chop down Penguin just a little bit, make him smaller, a little shorter. It's kind of fun. And I don't know what she did with Two-Face. I can't see as easily as some of the other ones. I love this one. This is just like, bam. And it's not like, hey, how did you do it? It is so cool, just really creative. And yeah, that's classic, old school goodness. And I'm like, this is why I need a young Robin figure. And Catwoman has some really great articulation. I need to follow Cassie to see how she got all the articulation enhancements to these figures. They pose really well on their own, but I see some who are just adding just a little bit more to them, and it really sets them off nicely. And it's like if you get a range of like this, some customizers are fixing it so they get that much more range. And of course, with figure articulation, just that little bit more can add so much more posability and character to those figures. Thank you, Jamelin. All good, I got it. Pack Rat. This week's pickups were Daisy Taurus and InArt Catwoman. Should be getting Legends Magic tomorrow. Nice. What'd you think about those two that you did get? Chubo. Chubu. Flash needs a card to look cool. Exactly. Blake. I got from Ishcon Savage Crucible Elric and Ball and Chain, their Conan version, as well as a Frazetta Girls Vampirella on the cheap, $50. Yeah, because what is she normally? 100? It's pretty cool. What did you like there? Come on through, Jeff. I will be there very soon, my guy. Rick Cage, check the old email, Sir Jeff. Let's see here. My email is going slow, apparently. Oh, I see. And that would do it. Pickups. Oh, cool. So you did send those along. Let me. Cool. Let me do this really fast since Rick Cage sent them, and I can quickly post these. Here is this one. Here's what Rick Cage got this week. Power Princess, Zabu, always on hand as usual. That Flash looks really nice, man. And Eclipso, I'm going back and forth. I don't love that look for him, but I might just want to have an Eclipso for the collection. And of course, Falcon looks sweet. Definitely grabbing him. I feel like everything that's showing up at Target, I'm okay with waiting for their next sale. They will have it, and I will get that stuff because they really rarely tend to sell out of stuff. Nice setup, man. Very cool. Thanks for everybody hanging out. Normally I see the big surge of folks coming through at the top of the hour, but nice to see everybody early today. Retro Robo. Oh, okay, cool. Forgot they already showed some multi-packs. Good stuff. Yeah. And I'm hoping that it's not just here's a random collection of characters thrown together. I would love to see like a 3-pack of the Outsiders, a 4-pack of Doom Patrol. What else would be another quick and easy one for them to do? How about 2-packs? 4-packs of the Justice League International so I can complete one of my favorite teams of all time together. Excuse me. Henry G. Retro Robo has Motu Chronicle figures. Yeah, he does. Thrust Fire up. 80s nostalgia. Got a few Throne Collectibles Golden Axe figures for about half of their original retail price. Yet McFarlane's Ermac got, I don't know why I said yet, got McFarlane's Ermac yesterday and Johnny Cage tonight. And sad eyes like Todd's Batgirl. So shades it is. Well, maybe you could do something cool with Johnny with the side eye. I don't know why he had to have that, but shades definitely helpful. G-Brew. I had to order a bass guitar stand as a display stand for my Proton pack. It was $10. Recommended by other Ghostbusters fans. Nice. Spear Gross. Good to see you, Jeff. Thanks. Happy to see you in the chat. Any speculation on Mattel doing Build-A-Figures with the advanced line? I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. Because let me pull this up really quickly. I know what I'll do. I'll go to Creations Mattel. Like they have no problem doing Build-A-Figures. It was one of those things where it's like, are you going to deliver on this? But they have really come through over the last few years, kind of turn their thoughts like, yo, we should get in on this Build-A-Figure thing too. And I'm going to show you if it will work and cooperate with me. What's really neat about what they're doing with the WWE stuff now. And I'm using that so often as my frame of reference because it's really helpful because Steve, aka Action Figure Attack, is working on the Mattel line too. So on the Mattel DC line. And you know, he's going to take a lot of the lessons they learned over the whole Mattel WWE team and bring that over to the DC line. And fortunately, Steve is going nowhere, at least for now. Still sticking around with the WWE line, so that's exciting. But here, Creations Mattel, you can see all the different figures. And let's go to my point. Let's do this. Here we go. So this is their latest wave of Legends that's not even out at Target just yet. So we've got Bull Nakano, we got Oriba, El Matador, Tito Santana, and Crush. But what's really neat, and I'm glad everybody's staying on this default, show off all the accessories. They're actually incorporating the Build-A-Figure line to not just be managers or guys in suits. Now we're actually starting to get wrestlers. And that feels like a really big step for them because they could have done that so often as opposed to the really small suit body. But mixing this up really is encouraging. And I see absolutely no reason why we won't get Build-A-Figures. Does it need to be the giant size characters? Maybe not. I mean, Metamorpho was the first figure we got from the Build-A-Figure way back when we got that DC Classics line started. So that was fine. But the fun part about DC and their Mattel's DC line, everything's wide open. Every character is there at their disposal. We can't even complain. They've done too many Batman and too many Superman figures. It's impossible right now. They've got the whole universe, and anything can work for Build-A-Figure, a 2-pack, a 3-pack, a 12-pack. You want to knock the Legion out really fast. So yeah, the possibilities are endless, and already from the core / premier line, there's a lot of reason to be excited about it, and I'm hyped. Can't wait to see what else we've got in store for them. DJ Jedi, happy Hooded Cobra Commander week to all who celebrate. Hope it be me too. Man, that was such a great reveal and just absolutely knocked it out. Also, let me see. I just gotten off Instagram, but I can swing back on it really fast. During the live stream, BMAC was, yeah, maybe you can ask some of the people who were working on these figures and see if they can contribute some information for all of us on this stuff. And let me do this because I can go to one of them right now. And this I thought was just absolutely the coolest thing because there it's not this thing of, oh, we didn't work, we can't talk about stuff we worked on. And Liddy posted on his Instagram breaking down everything incorporated into Cobra Commander. And that was so fun. It was like, oh, great, we can still get this stuff, all that behind the scenes input. And I was really that was the thing where it's like, oh man, BMAC's not going to be able to talk about this stuff. But Lenny did, and Corey also. And Corey, he had been away from fired, laid off, whichever one you want to call it, from the classified series line for a minute. And so it was really cool. I don't know why when I try to show some stuff on Instagram, it doesn't show up. But Corey also broke down his thought process into this Cobra Commander figure. So cool. If you're not following them, please do. And I forgot, let's go over onto the great Antonio as well and get his thoughts on it, which was so cool. I mean, it was like we were, I felt like I was back in the Joe live stream all over again, classic style. And here's the great Antonio breaking down, showing us the render. I feel like this is the first time we got to see that. That's awesome. And just really cool. Like, he broke all this down. So excited to showcase the render, this long-awaited version of Cobra Commander. Awesome stuff. And I know some people were like, it's sold out on Big Bad Toy Store. Where could I possibly still get it? And when I checked earlier, he was still there, still around. But let's see here. It's so funny because when I go on to Entertainment Earth's main Joe page, it's like so hard to find them. But let's go this way. Maybe it's sold out now. Cobra Commander. The Great Snake rules forever. Oh, I guess it's sold out here too. Wow, that's funny. So, oh wait, I said that just as the page turned. All right, so now for some of us, Entertainment Earth had this for $51.99. It was like, ho ho. So I got in on the $51.99 price point. I have no idea if it's going to change, but he's still there, still available. And October for that estimated ship date. That's exciting. They hold off on opening that bad boy until the birthday. So that'll be fun. And let me check on Big Bad Toy Store since I had them open in another tab. Let's see if they actually are sold out. Sold out. It's funny because it's like it seems like this stuff would be right there, but then it kind of vanishes and it's gone. And it does indeed look like, let's just go, same deal. Let's look for Hasbro. Make that a little bit easier for me. There we go. The Hasbro versions of Cobra Commander. He is indeed sold out over at Big Bad Toy Store. But like I mentioned, you can still get him over at my affiliate Entertainment Earth. So that's awesome. You can still get them there. And let's see. GameStop actually had Cobra Commander for a cheaper price. And let's see. I can. Sometimes they rate limit me for whatever reason. Maybe it's because I'm trying to bring too many people to their website during the show. Now, 5 results for Cobra Commander. So it looks like he's not there on GameStop either. So, Entertainment Earth, if you want to get Hooded Cobra Commander, looks like your best option. So you can still get them from there. The other usual suspects do not seem to have them in stock anymore. And BMAX said, we can't make more, but as we've seen with some of these other secondary releases of the made to order figures, you might end up paying more. And you don't have to take it, you don't have to suffer on that end. Remember, on Entertainment Earth, you can still get those figures with free shipping. All you have to do is spend over $79. So you get any other figure basically, because nothing. It's cheaper than $10 these days, it seems. You can still get that deluxe Cobra Commander in his dress uniform. Just hit add to cart and tell Lyle's Figure Files sent you. Lawson. I love that Mattel is still making figures for kids as well as adult collectors. Kids without toys to me is like fish without water, or like Harold Melvin without the Blue Notes. Action figure toys can help kickstart kids' imaginations. What up, David Thanos? How are you tonight? Henry G. I reserve judgment until I have them in hand, but this is a good start for Mattel. These look like they're going to be a hit with the kids. They need to make an updated Super Friends show for the kids. I'm curious because I would have where do they even air that? On the HBO Max. I mean, there's a ton of Batman shows, and what's that Batman show? Brave and the Bold. They had a whole bunch of DC heroes in that, so maybe that will work as a gateway. Lawson. I still have the old Hulk figure from the Legend Hulk and Leader 2-pack. Hate the hinge hands, but love the head sculpt. It is a great figure. I still have that one as well. That was my long-standing Hulk until that. What's it? I'm trying to remember which version of Hulk that I got to replace him. It took a long time for Hasbro to finally knock that one out because it looked great. It just need a little bit more articulation. David Thanos was able to get 2 Cocos on Entertainment Earth and one at GameStop at the $54 price. Also got 2 of the Big Bad at the higher price just in case stuff gets canceled. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Target and Walmart seem to be the bad ones in terms of cancellations. I haven't had anything get canceled. GameStop, but everything else, they're pretty solid. So I think you made the right choice getting them to cover your bases. Which ones are hollow figures? DJ Jedi, I've been saying this since those digital render reveals. DC's basic line is already superior to Hasbro's. If the Motu movie line is any indication, we're in good hands when Mattel's DC collector line hits. Yeah. And if that is indeed the case, the folks over at Hasbro and the Marvel Legends team might go, all right, we got you. We're going to increase our articulation. We're going to start putting soft good capes on everybody. And of course, that is a huge win for all of us because a little good competition makes for better figures, makes hopefully for better value. I don't think we're going to see prices drop, but if they're better figures, we're all going to win out. Lawson, I don't think anyone has made an ice bridge that would make most fans of Iceman happy. We all want those big roller coaster bridges, but nobody will ever give us those. I think I've seen some on Etsy. They look pretty good. I wonder if he isn't a character that make better use of the Maximum Series treatment where, instead of a whole bunch of extras, they just make a super ice bridge and just have columns as part of the accessories that you can just uses the stand for them, because I think that would be really fun. Of course, go with multiple head sculpts, hair, the blockhead, and a different expression. I think we'll call it a day. Archangel Michael Mars. Hello. How are you tonight? DJ Jedi. Glad to see the community starting to come around on Mattel's future with the DC license. Was there some concern and speculation? All I know is I heard a big party like Palpatine died when McFarlane didn't get the license again. But yeah, I thought most collectors were happy about that news. Thrust fire up. Speaking of water displays, I remember hearing that Valorverse is going to have an effect that you can pop the torso of figures onto, making them look like they're emerging from the water. That's pretty fun. Vin Doom, love all those Batman customs. They did look great. Ryan Daly, those are great picks of the Bat family. I agree. Cassie did amazing work. Pack Rat, those are some really nice figures. Which reminds me, I still need to get Classic Riddler and Catwoman somehow. Is Riddler hard to find? Catwoman. Let me see here real fast. I thought Catwoman was not insanely hard to track down. And of course, it's going to show me all the different versions. Maybe it's through Amazon, but I thought she was still relatively easy in that Nightfall look to get because I think they have a variant of her. Catwoman. Let's see what we got here. And boy, am I kicking myself for not getting that Penguin when I saw him from Batman Returns earlier. Oh boy. I mean, maybe I'll find him next week. Gosh, speaking of kicking myself for not getting a figure, this retro Catwoman, gosh, she was $5. And I said, no, it's not a good paint job. I'll just keep looking around until I find her. And came and went. Oh, let's see. It looks like I was wrong with that. So I'll be on the lookout for you next weekend. If I happen to see her for a decent price, I'll let you know. All right. Lawson says most figures can become more posable if you know your way around an X-Acto knife. Very true. I don't trust my hands or my thumb, but it is pretty cool to see. Pack wrap. Daisy had a small issue that I'm not sure either came from the factory or happened as I was taking her out of the package. Then our Catwoman was also pretty good. Not sure which I like more. That's nice. It's a nice conundrum. I don't know which one of these amazing figures I like more. It's good stuff. Lawson, I love to see the classic 80s Teen Titan figures. That would be another box set. We put them 4 to a pack. Justin, do you do movie reviews? Because I think I saw your Motu movie review on Rotten Tomatoes. You absolutely did. I do, in fact, do movie reviews. So yes, I do both. Lyle's Movie Files is the main website where you can find, of course, everything that I do. Comic book reviews. I've been very slow. I'm working a week behind on my DC reviews, and I'm also, what else am I doing? I did get Rook Exodus out because Rook Exodus, it had been since December since the last issue came out, and I was just shocked. But it was really good. I mean, this one is the book where it's like it takes forever sometimes to get new issues, but when we do, it's awesome. But yeah, here's my review of Masters of the Universe, and I won't spoil anything. I will just show you this first part. Everyone involved with Masters of the Universe actually understood the assignment. This was a group project where everyone came through, intent on delivering their absolute best, not just to get a passing grade, but to show the power, pun intended, taking a beloved 80s property, making a film completely true to the heart of the source material while still being tremendously entertaining. And I was tremendously entertained. I got frustrated, of course, because I went on Twitter to see what people were saying about the movie, and they're like, it's so woke, Man at Arms. He was so not black in the cartoon. It's like, and my head hurt. I closed out of Twitter. I felt pretty good about doing that. Rick Cage. A pack never to be seen, but I can hope. The challenge is the unknown. You know, they did a thing with the Justice League, and maybe that's something they could, you know, maybe this is an option for a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive or a Creations Mattel exclusive. I don't want to say stuff is off the table because DC actually brought them back like recently during this latest Justice League arc, and they got a spinoff title too. So maybe, I wouldn't say it's impossible. DJ Jedi. Toy Biz Falcon was one of the last holdouts on my shelf from that era. Toy Biz Red Wing, still better though. Yeah, I'm so glad I didn't get rid of him. And he is still, I had that, was it the first retro version of Falcon that we have? Got him. But yeah, and that Red Wing is on that one. And I cannot wait to replace it and put that Falcon on him. Jalen Bull Nakano, dope. Yeah, it was so exciting to see her. Like, oh wow, we actually got her. That's where we get the legends getting into the Hall of Fame. It's like, does this mean we can get a Great Muta figure? Does this mean we can get a Bull Nakano figure? Does this mean we can get Demolition? Yes. That's pretty fun. Jamlin, in my personal opinion, a Build-A-Figure should never be a small figure. They really should be oversized or oddly proportioned. Maybe animals. I know. Yeah, I'm wide open to it, but I agree, especially early on, where we can get away with getting all the big characters. And since they've done none so far, it's a perfect opportunity to do a whole bunch of them. And I mean, it's a way we can get like a character like Calabac in different versions. That'd be a great way to get him in his superpowers look, which is still, I think, my favorite. And since Jack Kirby designed it, I can sign off on that being my favorite without feeling a little weird. So yeah, he's one that I'd like to see done right away. King Elector. I saw where Classified is putting out an Action Man. If that's real, that is a must-have for me. Hopefully, they'll put out Dr. X soon after. So yeah, he is a reality. Not just it is real. Let me see here. Where is that picture? Oh, there we go. Show June day one. Oh man, it's so great to actually have stuff in some sort of working order. Love it. All right, so here you go, King Collector. Ashman is real and pretty solid looking figure. I mean, I keep seeing head sculpt and thinking that's Tom Cruise, and he's going to be when I get this figure. I really like all that orange. It really does pop, but he is a real figure, and you do not have to imagine any further. Maybe Mr. Mysterious Dr. X will be coming for us soon. Brian P. If Mattel does start doing build figures again, please give us animal, vegetable, mineral man. I've been wanting one ever since watching that episode of Batman Brave and the Bold. And that is exactly why cartoons are so important, Henry G, like you said, because we get exposed to different characters. We might have been reading comics for a while and missed the episode or issues or arc where a cool character got introduced, but a cartoon could show it. It's like, oh man, I now want to figure. Okay, yes, Jeffrey Lyles is a movie critic and our illustrious host. Thank you. Lawson says GameStop still has Todd's Hellboy figure. I noticed, which is a darn good figure. Not in scale multiverse, but it works with 6-inch figures, which will work now because you can still have your Batman and Hellboy team up when we get our collector's edition version of Batman. Rick Cage, even as a general worldwide release of King Hooded Coke or Commander, they knew this would sell out initially. Yes, sir. Lawson, that was my Hulk figure too, Jeffrey, until the Legends 80,000 one. That was one. I was like, which Hulk was it? And it took that one to finally knock that one out because I was like, these other Hulk figures are okay, but nothing is beating that one out so far. And let me see. I might actually have a quick picture of that one. But man, that figure was so much fun and like such a welcome addition to the line. Like, oh, absolutely. And that Wolverine was really good too. And I still want to get an actual Wolverine with that. Here you go. It didn't even take too long to get that one up. But yeah, that Toy Biz Hulk on the left, solid, just solidly built. Here's a Jack Kirby Hulk on the right, which I still want to see Hasbro deliver to us. But yeah, I mean, that middle one, the 80th anniversary Hulk, is just like, yeah, I'm the new boss here in this display of yours, kid. Jalen, I was thinking the same thing, Harry G. When was the last time DC had an ongoing cartoon series? They need to bring back a new Justice League or something. Oh, why? Because that would clearly be the way. I mean, especially with Mattel getting the license. I gotta understand not really worrying about cross marketing with McFarlane stuff because it's like, it's a little bit more expensive. You've got Mattel, Barbie, Masters of the Universe cranking out this new line of figures. Be a perfect time to get a cartoon line out there. Bro, Big John, those WWE wrestlers are really cool, man. I can't, man. Walmart's the worst for these exclusives. They just refuse to stock them. Yeah, they actually do have a new Hulk Hogan figure coming up from that line, and I want to see if I can find that photo relatively quickly. But yeah, they actually do have one coming out. Let's see if I can just track it down really quickly from putting Hogan in. And that's going to trigger like 1,000. But they do have a new one coming out in the Legends line. Oh, let's see here. No, I can't find it. But they do have a new one that's en route really soon that is intended for your Monday Night Wars collection. Still my favorite Hulk figure. I think the head sculpt on the 8th Hulk is good, but could be better. Another Mezco Hulk is bound to become my favorite when it comes out. For sure. King Elector. I pre-ordered Commander, but I might cancel it. Not really feeling that dark blue. It's not a must-have for me. I was more excited for Deep Six. I think they nailed it. Yeah, Deep Six is pretty cool. Felix Cordova. What's up, Felix? Hello there, my friend. How's everything with you tonight? Roger Robo. Yeah, Jeff, I need the Mattel DC team to inspire the Marvel Legends team to do some wired soft goods capes. Competition's good. Steel sharpens steel. I was thinking, never mind. I won't even go there. Well, I guess iron does sharpen iron too, because we've got Iron Man and Iron the Metal Man. Works on both ways. G-Brew, cloth wire case for all cape clad characters. Why not? Lost is, I know it's crazy, but does that make me crazy? But I always wanted to see deluxe figures 2 packs. You could say Peter Parker and a Spider-Man figure. Seems like a good idea. Brent Graham, what's up, Brent? How are you tonight? Pack Rat. The fuss about the Mattel DC was caused when people lost their minds, mind blowing, over the initial reveal of the kids' figures. Oh gosh, you're right. I absolutely remember. People didn't know how to read. Oh my gosh, these are awful. That was so wild. Like, yo, it clearly says the collector line will be out in 2027, and people just went and ran into the wall of poor reading. I did not realize she was pricey. Yeah, hopefully. Real Big John. When are we getting Scarface and the ventriloquist? You know, it'd been great if I had like a, oh man. So the figure is just so far away, but I'm going to pull it out because I think it'll work for the bit. So I was saying it would have been really good if I had a small figure to answer your question and work on my own ventriloquist skills. So let's see here. Maybe I need to keep working on it, but love this Optimus Prime. Still happy to have him in the collection there. It would be Hero and Alternate Identity 2 packs. Yeah, it's probably, you know, like there was somebody who would frequently post in the chat about wanting to get civilian figures. And I think pairing them up with a hero makes a lot of sense. G-Brew, I saw the Batman 89 Beast Kingdom figure at Walmart for 38. That's a pretty solid deal. And I had no idea. Oh, the Maryland Toy Expo. And last year, Jason and I met the great Blake Tarpley, and it was pretty cool. And also met some other folks who watched the show. So that was really awesome. And I'm very much looking forward to hitting it up next Saturday. You can still buy tickets, which I need to do ASAP. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And cannot wait to see what deals and vendors are there and what kind of stuff they've got. Because I did find some cool stuff, and then people had some loose Ultimate Edition figures, which I plan to get so I can make some customs of characters they probably are not going to, like Cowboy Bob, Ace Orton. So looking forward to it. Now you've gone too far, Lawson. I don't know if we can get the original Suicide Squad. Suicide is a suicide. And see that is absolutely why I needed Jace here. Jeff, you didn't plug the Loud's Movie Files channel for movie stuff, right? On Wednesdays, we talk about all the movie stuff. So Jace and I both saw Masters of the Universe on Monday. We raved about it. We also talked about some other cool stuff, which we do every Wednesday night, same time as Figure Files 805. So you can do a double dose of Jeffrey Lyles and Lyles Movie Files and Lyles Figure Files. Thank you, Jamelin. I am slipping. Tell you Thanos. I would have loved to correct Man at Arms, but Black Superman is the exception to the rule. Come on, it's Idris Elba. Yeah, man, it was wild to me. It was when I was watching the movie, it was like, oh, this is so great. And it didn't occur to me like, yo, he is killing it. He is doing an awesome job representing for him. Like, he's just an awesome Man at Arms. And it didn't think twice about it. It's so wild. Finish Bob, what's up, man? Hey, Jeffrey and crew, or hi, like you wrote. It's been tough getting to the live streams because of my new schedule work, but luckily that should be changing soon. Awesome. We miss you. Glad to see you tonight. Lawson is trying to go toe to toe with the Chamberlain. I think the Build-A-Figure shouldn't necessarily just be big figures. I like those best, but Build-A-Figure is a great way to do one-off molds that can't be reused later on for other characters. Airwalker Build-A-Figure, please. I think if they did the tooling just so, they could reuse a lot of those parts for Larfleeze and Airwalker, who is such a cool character. So I think they could work. Um, I don't want to see what Mattel did with a lot of the suit clad figures with DC Classics with their subscription model, which was so lame. Like, that's great, but there's some major characters in their superhero costumes that you haven't given us. There would be basic repaints. I don't need another suited character, which they were cranking out like it was going out of style. David Thanos, love that we finally get a diamond stud. Hey, yo, now can we please get a Vinny Vegas? Hey, what are you talking about over here? That new Iceman figure doesn't look great until you spray him with matte finish. After that, he's perfect. Sergeant Slaughter would be proud. Right. Agreed, Jalen Price. We'll have to go the Thanos route. Do it ourselves. Fine. Lawson, a Build-A-Figure can justify doing characters like Gabriel the Airwalker or Jack of Hearts. I don't know. I think Jack of Hearts would be way too expensive for a Build-A-Figure setup. Maybe deluxe, or just costing out the rest of the figures in the line is easy repaints, where they can put all the tooling budget into one figure like Jack of Hearts. Jamelin, that Action Man is pretty cool. He does, however, pour a little salt in the wound since he has more gear than Alpine, who is a mountaineering specialist. Let me see here. I didn't even think about his accessory rollout. Let's see. I can still find that. Yes. Great. I thought, well, he has like a hybrid of Alpine and Outback's gear. So I can't place that backpack. But he's got the rope Alpine does and the two pickaxes. And I thought Alpine had that grapple, and that's Outback's gun. The flashlight, maybe this is just the tunnel rat backpack. It's got the knife, it's got that smaller gun that Outback also had. It's got the goggles and the shovel that Outback had as well. So I guess it's like a hybrid of both of those figures. But it was kind of interesting because I know there was a thing like, shouldn't Alpine have a backpack? And Lady and the crew were like, well, he doesn't need it because he's got all his gear on him. And it was like, well, I guess that could make sense. But yeah. Roger Robo, exactly, Jeff. So I love animation so much. I grew up a Marvel fan, but TV shows like Batman, the animated series, Superman, the animated series, and Justice League introduced me to so many characters I missed growing up. Man, Childs and Super Friends was my show. I felt like we suffered through regular Super Friends. I say suffer. Wonder Twins were okay. Wendy and Marvin in Wonder Dog were insufferable. But yeah, man. But it was just the cool characters. No kitty sidekicks. Legion of Doom, Hawk, Animal, Jake the Snake Roberts, the Spoiler, battling against Superman, and Wonder Woman, the Flash, Green Lantern, Apache Chief, Black Vulcan. Was awesome. So yeah, it's really cool. I did. I'm a little annoyed that there are no X-Men and it's still Jean Grey's in it. Get your own lady, Logan. Lost in Jeff. I still have all three of those hosts. Yeah, man, I didn't get rid of them either. Rick Cage. I was just talking about Brave and the Bold. How I love all the obscure arcane characters that only a reader of Who's Who would recognize. Pee Wee Herman's Batmite was perfect. Yes, sir. Jeff, are you still collecting Jada Mega Man? Very slowly. Yes. I do have a few additions to add on there, but yes, I am still collecting it. Cyber63. Hey y'all. How are you tonight? Deep Six is excellent. Looking forward to him. I agree. He looks really cool. Lawson, I'm the one Hulk fan who wants a classic comic book Bruce Banner with a classic Green Savage Hulk 2-pack. Banner with just the torn pants, no glasses, looking like Sal Buscema's comic characters. Joel, man, Joel, please correct me on how to say that. I'm 39. I'm getting those child figures. I don't care what people think of me anymore. Dude, isn't that the most refreshing point of your life when it's like, you know what? It doesn't even matter. I don't care about you. I don't mess with you. I got a million things that I'd rather do than worry about what you think about me. I like the action figures. It's awesome. Oh man, a decent comic book version of Abomination be awesome too. Outer Cage, Jeff. I love the DLC. You caught in a whirlwind pyramid. If you thought I wasn't gonna catch that reference. I thought I did. I thought, but you all have missed a few other ones though. Oh, Lawson. I mean, you could pair Rick Jones. What about the couch though? Let's say his Nomad superhero figure. I mean, that could also be Cap too, though, right? Wait, sir, he's alive. I feel like that could work for so many movies. What is your reference on that? Oh gosh, don't tease me with a good time. I need Peter Rasputin in his human form. Yeah, because we need a better classic version of Colossus who has butterfly shoulders, full articulation. Harpy and Betty Ross 2-pack. What's up, Blitz? Cheers to you. King Lighter. I use the animated Scarface and Ventriloquist for my collection. For some reason, they made him big and out of scale with the other Batman animated figures. So he fits in good with my regular ones. Oh, that's interesting. Send me a photo. I'd like to see how that looks. Jibru, I would really love to see team. I don't know why I keep changing love and like and putting them interchangeable. Like is a totally different emotion than love. I would really like to see team multi packs. I wish the X-Men villain 5-packs would have been all Marauders or all Reavers or all any of the X-Men teams. There's a ton of them. Them MLF, Four Horsemen. Woo! Yeah. And of course, they haven't really gone back to some of these teams. We haven't gotten any new Marauders, no new Reavers. So let's get on it, Marvel Legends team. Maybe we'll be fortunate. I know a bunch of y'all have had a few wish lists of figures you want to see. And Dan, over on the Marvel Legends team, he is in euphoria right now because his Knicks are killing it in the finals. And he posted this. Let's just reveal some new stuff in June. Let's. What do you got for us, man? What are we gonna see? I want to see some new Marvel Legend figures in June and not just Onslaught. So hopefully we'll see something soon. Ropic John, what's your opinion on that 2-in-1 Master of the Universe playset? Comes with Disco Skeletor. I haven't seen that one yet. Cyber, yeah, it was Sir Idris. Right, you were exactly right. It's not just Idris anymore. Oh, Jibru. I mean, listen, you know my love of the Marauders. I want to see them fully as a team. That's my fantasy football team name because of Marauders. Slaughter in the competition. But yeah, man, I we got Vertigo. We kind of got Sabretooth. I mean, yeah, we need more. And one of my favorite villain teams. Yo, Joe OC. Actually, man, looks like a fast food employee. He's all set to take our order. And make sure to check the sandwich, though. He might have swapped out the chicken sandwich for a burger. Cyber 63, Outback's backpack. That was a tongue twister. Thank you. RIP. Action Man is here to take your order for action. Pack Rat. They can reuse those common picks with the Tomb Raider figure. I bet they will too. Man, Lawson, we getting a re-release of Snow Job? No. It's kind of weird. During the live stream, B Mac was, I think, really subtly dropping a lot of hints about what's in store. He mentioned for sure, that was the obvious one, that they're going to be doing a lot more desert stuff. And if that's beyond Dusty and Sandstorm and the Vamp Mark II, what else could we see? I mean, there's some more desert troopers, but he also said we've got some more snow stuff coming. So I feel like Snow Job needs the re-release the most. Like if there's a top 5, let's get this character in a retro card or let's get him out somewhere. It's probably him and Serpentor neck and neck for number one, and the other is number two. But yeah, we definitely need Snow Job. David Adams, welcome to Action Burger. Can I take your order? Man, if only we had Earth's Mightiest Heroes season 3, like X-Men 97, not like Young Justice 3. Yeah, he was great as Kingpin. Really, really great. We ever get a second wave of a Scooby Doo from Jada? Yeah, I don't know, man. It feels like the works have been a little bit slower. And I've got Shaggy, got the Mummy. I kind of like need some more. DJ Jedi, Brave and the Bold remains the best Batman animated property, not named Batman the Animated Series or Lego Batman. I'm trying to see. What about the Batman? I really enjoyed that one. That was pretty fun and different enough that I could appreciate it. What's up, Doc Avenger? How are you tonight? Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the whole whatever was going on in Krakoa with Cyclops, Wolverine, and Jean. It's like, let's just move on. Move along. Move along. All about the villains. That Danhausen curse saved the Knicks. It did. Zombies and stuff. Hey, Jeff and the Favorite Files crew. Let's go, Knicks. I'm rooting for y'all. Future DC Warrior. Cool. Did someone mention Pee Wee Herman as Batman? Batmite? Do you know Henry Winkler, aka the Fonzie? Voice Ambush Buck. I did not know that. Winkler cameos as Al Pratt originally. I can't quite make out what you're saying there. So it's funny that you mentioned Henry Winkler because I just watched Here Comes the Boom, the Kevin James movie that co-starred Salma Hayek and Henry Winkler. It's not the best movie, but it's fun and it is exactly what the movie promises. And I enjoyed it. I have it on Blu-ray, which I watched. Dog Avenger. Hope everyone got a hooded Cobra Commander. I accidentally ordered 3 because Apple's acting up. I canceled one, may cancel another. I feel like you might do all right trying to trade it off for somebody. Lawson. When are we getting classic comic book Morlock Callisto? You know, the not so beautiful version from the comics with the hook nose and not looking like Hollywood beauty. Yeah. Excuse me. I'm so not a fan of the let's gorgeous her up. Hate that. Like, did the same deal with Agatha. I'm like, please don't. She's an old witch. What are we doing? DJ Jedi, Clamp Champ got promoted to Man at Arms status in the 2000 X show, as did Andra in the Revelation series. Black Man at Arms is by no means unheard of. Here for it, man. I feel like you've got to be like so close minded to be like, oh no, I won't watch this movie. Consider yourself as Man at Arms. Like, there's nothing to his character. It's like he cannot be black. Anyway, off of my soapbox. Harry G got Ninja Force Zartan today. I'd stopped collecting when Ninja Force was hitting, so I'm here for it. And they look really fun. They've done a really good job. Important Nunchuck finally gets some more company. Jamlin, they based the designs on the art they showed. That new Snow Cobra Trooper looks like it may utilize the snow job mold. Let me see if I can find that. Let's see. That wasn't Yojo June, though. Now I know I can't find it. King Elector. Yeah, that's why I held out on the Scooby line. I was afraid they were starting and abandon the line. So, I mean, they've showed us Scooby. They've shown us Daphne. I mean, it's like, you're so like, and of course, I wonder if the spacing out the mystery gang kind of hurt them because it's like, we got to wait 5 waves to get it complete. And it's like, 6 waves to get them complete. So I wonder, it's just 5 because it was 4 Scooby. But 5 waves is a long time. And maybe 6 if you want to count Scrappy Doo. Oh, I didn't realize he was in that. I'm totally missed that. Yo, Joe, I got a PSA 10 Wimby rookie. Hope he wins so I can sell it and buy Joe's. There you go. Al Pratt, of course. Thank you. Documentary, what do you think about Muse and Bullseye? They look pretty fun. He-Man looked like a black dude in the original cartoon, but we never complained about the people playing. Exactly. All right, so it's 9:24. Where does the time go? I don't know. Me talking about everything, I suppose. So, just a few things before we get to the topic at hand for the night. The wait is almost over, Cybertronians. Join the Transformers team. Nate and Gang. Nate and the Gang. Nate and the Gang. It sounds like a song. At June 9th at 11 a.m. for new additions to your Age of the Prime collections and more. Plus, the next stop of the Transformers the Movie Apology towards the 40th anniversary celebration rolls out. I know rolls on is the appropriate way to say it, but it's right there. Jeff was talking about the Cobra Viper they teased toward the end of the Yojo June stream. Let me see. Thank you for a timestamp for that. Let me see if I can find that then. That was the one. Ugh. I'm sure typing in Viper is going to result in a fruitless search. We're talking about the Drift Viper? Or is that another one that I'm not thinking of? Because if it's the Drift Viper, he actually pulled up pretty quickly. Let's see. Are you talking about the Saw Viper? Because that's not. Let me see here. Did they tease it Cobra Viper? Did I totally miss that? That's not good. I really hope they don't put Scrappy in Wave. Oh, come on, Pack Rat. You know you got to get a Scrappy Doo. What else? Scooby Dum or Riff Raff. There you go. I mean, we got a whole lot more of these folks to go. Jibru. I mean, when Mass wanted to mess with her head, he made her beautiful. Callisto hated it. King Electric. Hopefully, when the Snowcat ships, we'll get that announcement of a retro snow job. That would make sense. I feel like this month is the perfect time to announce a retro snow job. $250. Thank you. Oh, Scrappy Doo comes up. What a hater. Scrappy Doo was funny. And I know people hate him, but I always thought he was funny. Brian Illy, I hope they announce a new Huffer with the cartoon blue windows. He's the only 84 figure we don't have in that style. Really? Huh. See, for me, it's like this thing of like, do I really need to pay $27.99 for these figures for the blue windows? And of course, my collection would say, you already have, kid. But we'll see. I'm what? Maybe they'll show them on this week. Thank you for the timestamp again. I'll definitely have to check that out. Let's snag them before I snag a Scrappy. Scooby Dum was pretty funny. I don't hate Scrappy, dude. He was for the kids. All about the villains. With the new 2-pack, we were one step closer to the mass device. I wonder how they could do that. Because it's like, we are close. And I really dug the fact that they did that. I was like, oh, that's fun. I do think of all their ridiculous, oversized weapons that I really, really liked. And my favorite was the Weather Dominator. That was fun. I was pulling this up because this is what the guys over at His Tank showed for that build a set mass device we got. And the panel, of course, a little bit different than what we have right now. And it's like a tank tread. Of course, it is super small compared to the real size of the mass device, the real version, of course, we saw in the cartoon. So there's nothing to be upset about. It's not accurately scaled. Let's see here. All right, here's a Joepedia picture of it. The mass, I mean, the Joe stuff was just so wild. Like, they made something that can teleport people. It's just fun. And we just went with it. Here's a scale what the mass device would look like in all of its glory. Let's do this. You can see how small Destro and Cobra Commander look to it. There's no way we get that cannon, but I'm intrigued and I like to hear more. And I kind of feel like that is a great segue. That's much smaller than how people exactly. Yeah, man. So, what are we talking about? Mass appeal. David Thanos. What would make June better, besides Wemby winning the title, is Retro Snow Job. Major blood is a Serpentor. They're slowly trickling the San Diego Comic Con stuff in the retro line. So why not? Yeah, absolutely. I need that master device. I'll take the scale. Is that official or someone custom work? So that was for the 25th anniversary. And let me show you that in its real configuration. It was pretty cool because you could actually do, let's see. There's the Weather Dominator set. They released these 5 packs, and it was so great because you could just get all these sets and actually build it. Here is the Master Device set. And so let me zoom this in a little bit more so you can see. So we got the beam emitter, the control turret, the generator, the console, and the transport chassis. And so you see, it was like, it was not, I mean, they did it in a really great way where you could actually create it, but it wasn't nearly the size that it actually appeared in the cartoon. And it was just really, really fun. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if I can find another one from the cartoon because some people have actually posted some really cool pictures of it. Let's see. I think this picture from Reddit might do a good job of showing it too. Yeah, this is really good. This is what it looked like. So you see how small the Cobra Troopers look next to the fully formed or the cartoon version, and then the Real American Hero 25th anniversary version we got. I mean, just one person is standing next to the console. But yeah, it was good enough. I feel like the Weather Dominator was better because you could kind of budge that size better, but it was all right. I have not. I keep watching it fluctuate on Amazon. It's literally like it goes. I think the lowest it's gone is 64, and I really should have gotten it then. But it keeps going back and forth, and it's like this game where I'm like, "You're gonna play first." So eventually, and I'll need to. I will have it in hand before we get some snow. And like, wait a second, maybe I should get it now so we can get it and ensure we get it. All about the villains. If the G.I. Joe team would just open their eyes, they can understand the Master Device would be a perfect HasLab. It's something that would be gigantic. It's a playset type diorama that has mass appeal. I feel like that would be a pretty cool HasLab. That would be more of a dream project scale than some of the other stuff. They should just release that. Awesome. I mentioned Snake Eyes Polar Bear set because Big Bad Toy Store still has in stock. Thank you. What are they selling for? You got it. You got me, Rick Cage. Cyber 6. Yeah, I was wondering why they didn't have the operating table. I still would have preferred a 2-pack with Mara. We had Shipwreck in his G.I. Joe scuba outfit, which of course you could swap the heads with so many other Joes and just go for it. Mara and her, Cobra scuba diving gear would be awesome too. Pretty cool. Weather Dominator. Big Bad Price 64. Oh, that's what they're selling for at Amazon. 49er Bryant. Go Niners. I ain't worried about Myles Garrett. Man, this is the thing. Listening to all of the sports talking heads, I was like, oh man, the Niners are the third best in the division. We're the third best in the division because we missed like half of our Pro Bowl players. Like, what are y'all even talking about? We had no wide receiver. I mean, Brandon Ayuk played, and I don't know if he ever will again. He would have been the last thing that would have gotten us into the playoffs to the NFC Championship game. It beat that New England team. Anyway, G Brew, I got the polar bear set for $45 at Walmart. I kind of want to get it a little bit more on that end. Jalen, Jeff, get the polar bear before the Arctic tank comes out. Yeah, you're probably very correct. I should get it now and just worry about it later. All right. There's some collections to show. Let's do that. Jalen, I second that. Get it, Jeff. I will. Thank you. Thank you for getting my name. Oh, let's see. So we got some collections to show off. Let's do that really fast because I've talked too much. Let's go with Andrew, who sent along one picture, but this one picture is pretty awesome, and let's do it. I didn't even know the Rams had anything. Check out this display of G.I. Joe Classified series. This is so cool. And, this is where I go, you know what? Maybe being a mental card collector isn't a bad thing. Check out a little Cobra Law action there. And I love this display setup for the retro card figures. That's cool. And the exclusive sets, the HasLabs just kind of balance everything out just so really like you can see it all. And it's really nice to see how everything is laid out here. Really cool stuff. And just man, that is fun stuff. Looking at the depth of the collection here, seeing all the stuff in here. And it looks like you might have two of everything. That's impressive. It's just a very cool collection set up here. Multiples of the chameleon. Now, do you have everything in box still, or do you have a double set so you can have everything one time? One time. Very cool. But I really like that. That was fun to see. Now let's go to the rest of our night 3 picks. G-Brew sent along a few more photos. Let's go through these. The Outback team, classic X-Men, and Storm has a soft goods cape. That's nice. The astonishing X-Men crew. I think Emma does look better in that diamond crested look as opposed to that regular version, but that's a low bar to cross because that was not a great figure. I think I showed some of these last time. Did I just forget? Because I know we had some of these. It's cool looking at them again. There's our one Marauder there, Vertigo. Okay. I had to make sure I was actually showing off the figures. There's the Proton Pack. And the Ghostbusters. Of course, they're real. And the Turtles. Now, let's do this. Let's go to William Rodriguez. Sent over a couple more photos. And from one Ghostbuster fan to another, let's do this. And you can see he added Ray. So all of the Ghostbusters are now in place. And that's a pretty cool setup. It's really fun to see all of them together there. And of course, this really fun setup of the classified series squads. Joe and Cobra face off. Dreadnought's leading the way. Cool stuff. And one more on Williams' display. Little modern Secret Wars action here. The Sentinels look cool. I didn't realize they were that tall compared to a standard Marvel Legend figure. If I had known that, maybe I would have gotten a few, but they look fun. Yeah, let's see. So thank you for sending those other photos there, William. Brian P. sent along some other photos as well. Check out this X-Men setup. Those classic Toy Biz Build-A-Figure Sentinels. That's fun. An X Factor ready to go. Yeah, this is nice. It's a nice little collection of X-Men just hanging out there. History of the X-Men. A little closer view so you can see some more Uncanny 275 figures. I like how you got them lined up where you can actually still see everything. Very nice. More X-Men. Gen X. Age of Apocalypse. This is the Age of Apocalypse. And more 90s goodness. 2000s. Like 2000. More X-Men. It's wild where you can just have so many X-Men in your collection. And it's just like, yeah, but I still need more space. A little moving away to another land, far, far away. That Rancor is chowing down. The Gamorrean guard better run. You're next, buddy. That's fun. That Spider Droid, that'd be really good to see in the Black Series line too. The Cantina is jumping. The bartender, don't serve their kind here. Obi-Wan slicing off hands or arms. Han chilling to the side. Chewbacca's like, okay. And all kinds of stuff going on. This cantina is packed. It's not even ladies' night up in here. Got the sand speeder. Move along. Move along. And check out a familiar face in the background. We didn't even know she was there. Hidden little Easter egg for us. Some NECA goodness. That's solid. Ghostbusters are on the scene because they absolutely needed to get here. Things are getting a little bit wild up in Horrorland. And oops, here's the that's really fun. We got the Rancor. You gotta die here, you know. Convenient. Very fun. Thank you for sending those along, Brian P. And I have been going so long. Let me go see what the chat is saying. Order 9 or Brian. Hit the like for Jeff. Appreciate it. Thank you. Lawson, I love seeing these collections. They're absolutely amazing, aren't they? Oh, exactly. Absolutely, Cypher 6-3. That polar bear set will drop to 30 the second you pay 6. I'm absolutely just waiting for it to go. Ha! We've been waiting on you to buy it, but I'm going to. Yeah, I was really, really wondering if that was a thing that y'all said. I like it like that. I like it like that too. King Collector. That's a cool collection, David Thanos. Open those boxes, says King Collector. Doc Venture. They get away with it being smaller miniaturation techniques. Set them free. Crimson Cobra Commander. You do not have to call me by my last name. We're all friends here. Call me Jeffrey. What's up with you tonight? David Thanos. I need to find a trench coat for that Cyclops. I want to put together Wolverine and the X-Men show. Oh, that'd be fun. Lawson, I sent a few more of my Legends collection figures to your email, Jeffrey. Still only about a third of my stuff, but time's limited, I guess. No, don't worry. I'm gonna absolutely show them next week. So yeah, because it got a little hectic trying to do that first time. So if you send your collection photos to me, I will show them next week. You can send them to my Gmail, LylesMovieFiles@gmail.com. I appreciate you for doing that. Jace, what's up, bro? Shot got their proton pack and then split for sure. Harry G, Mass Device HasLab. We can get Selena and Raymar as tears. See now you're cooking. King Elector. I like those white shells. I've been thinking about switching to white ones. Unfortunately, I thought of that after getting 5 new boxes of black shells. Right. That's the thing. It's like once you get into it, like, well, even though white might look better on this showcase and everything, because you really don't have a lot of all white figures. Yeah. There's just like a handful, but so many more figures have color. It's just like, Michael Solis. This collection is dope. Retro Robo, I've always wanted Rancor. You know what I've always wanted, Retro Robo? A Black Series Rancor. Boy. Vindoom. All of the displays are just too sweet. I think you did see a custom snitch in there as well. Let me go back to that. That's pretty fun. There we go. He is dupe. There you go. Just hanging out back, scouting around. No telling what he's going to see. Ryan P. In the canteen, I also put Hondo, Chrysanthemum, Phoenix Shard, Shan, and Ahsoka. Oh, wait a second now. Let me see here. I saw that you got my guy in there, Hondo. Yes, now I see him. Where is Ahsoka? And why was her force not triggered so close to Anakin Skywalker? Son. There's Black Chrysanthemum, and Ahsoka is really hiding out. But man, maybe she would have like, who's that swinging a lightsaber? Is that old Ben? Obi-Wan, what are you doing here? Oh, I've got Anakin's kid with me. We should hang out and totally kick it. Somebody was mentioning the discrepancies with how many Jedi survived, and I just thought it was funny. Obi-Wan with the Shin-Cho form eye technique. Brian P. That wasn't a custom, Grandin. It was probably the last 3.75-inch fig they did some time ago. Oh, wow. Cypher 6'3". Man, I'm not letting y'all get away with this. Eagles. Oh, man. Yeah. How upset were you in January? All about the villains. When they say your first and last name, you know you're in trouble, Jeffrey Lyles. Exactly. That's what's like, Ma, is that you? Oh no, this is a vintage collection. Oh, Lefty, nice. Thank you. Looking forward to it. Sure, go for it. I didn't say figure collection, so you know we got a cool collection. Show it off. Lost it. I've always wanted a Ranker with a bag filled with some bone parts. Bag wasn't the word. Oh man, I will not get back onto that one. Oh boy, just thank you. I've been doing this so long. You're the first person that actually caught that. Man, I love BBD. They were great. Jamelin, I've had all black shells years ago. Last time I moved, I switched to white and really brightened up the room and opened things up. Proves of it. Yeah, that is. I have like this beach, like BEECH that I got from IKEA. And I really like it, but I really am thinking it would be a little better to have even brighter shells. So, and like you see these, of course, and they're relatively open enough that they're not messing up stuff. King like the retro. I was thinking about going back and buying that old Power of the Force Rancor for the shelf and call it a day. You might just need to. Boston. My pal Toy Polio showed me how to put the arm back on my original Rancor figure. Shout out to him. Shout out Toy P. Yo, Josie. Maybe we won't have to wait that long. Henry, yeah, black shells. Bad move and always super dusty. Yeah, the dust is like sand. It gets everywhere. But your shells for your Transformers look pretty cool, my guy. Pretty cool. All right, one more collection to show you all. This is from DJR C35. Pretty cool collection. Let me cue you up and get ready for this one. Pretty fun setup. A lot of Joes, so get ready. Get ready. All right, so there you go. You can see the door. So this is like when you walk in, and excuse me, this might be from a cell phone. So when I blew it up, it looked like that. But there you go. Love the army building. I mean, this crimson shelf here, it's really fun. And the best use of these crimson twins and Baroness. I mean, this is a really nice crimson display. And you're using Pimp Profit, Director Destro, the snake version. What do they call this version of Cobra Commander? It's pretty cool. But this is really nice. They got Python Patrol in the house. The bats, the officers. I feel like there's a couple more you're missing. Or did you not want them? No Python Patrol Crimson Vipers. And I love the fact that you have Cobra Commander here in the front of all these Alley Vipers. Very nice touch. Little homage to Operation Dragonfire. Then, even cooler stuff, you were smart. You got two Arctic bats when it was a actual possibility. You got the eels, the scuba diver, then the snow serpents, and oh yeah, I've got to get a lot more of those as well because really a cool army building set there. Time to keep it moving. Other parts of the display. Cobra Troopers. Gotta have a bunch of them. I mean, it's just a disservice not to have at least like 40, right? Saw Vipers look cool together. Iron Grenadier, Bats. Neat idea putting the Saw Vipers with them. Dark Lawn, Metalhead, and Viper Alley. Pretty cool. Tons of Vipers. Got the old school Cobra Island versions, and we got the retro. The retros just, they really went on that. Bat Central, Frag Vipers. I need to get a couple more of those Frag Vipers, especially since they are relatively cheaper than most of the other Vipers. They're $20. Got to get a few more of them. They got our Cobra Law set up. I was once a man. Pythona, Nemesis Enforcer taunting him. But the Night Viper's here. Desert Scorpion. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Just get a whole rack of them because they're cool. And then the Range Viper, I'm impressed that you got two as well. Slice and Dice, Ninja Time, Ninja Power. Got a little 788 crew going. Are you going to get the Trouble Bubble version as well? And then Crocmaster has to leave Fiona down here. And yeah, a lot of explosions going on here. Somebody check the Cobra pit crew. They're slacking on their job. There's another set at the top of the shelf. Got the Prime Joes up here. They look pretty cool. Most of the original 13, the 1983 squad, and looks like most of the 84 squad. Very fun. And then, man, oh, you got so many Joes. If somebody falls, it must be a nightmare to figure out who fell and where they fell. It actually looks like Helix is looking on at him in disgust. Snake Eyes, get up. You're messing up our group shot. Tiger Force is well represented. I didn't even realize they had this many figures so far. But yeah, and then Night Force, good use of this heavy duty. That's smart. Got the Roadblock, Snake Eyes, and then the Marauders. Good deal. It's a good way to put those old school original wave characters. Here are the Rawhides, the Renegades, more than 85 squad and 84 squads. I'm sorry, just 85 squad. Your Spirit wasn't up here. Yeah. Little vehicle action. Tiger Force. It's interesting how many vehicles we've gotten. Bunch of green shirts. Cannon fodder to make Cobras look like they don't have bad aim. Starduster leading the way. What Mobat is this, my friend? I need to know because I feel like I might be out of luck. You know what that means. Not getting that for my collection so far. Skyhawk, another really great version there too. All Striker, MMS, and Snake Eyes and a Polar Battle Bear. Not the Polar Battle Bear, just the Polar Bear. I always want to say that every time. And here, some trench action. This is pretty fun. Got the Claw, the Trouble Bubble, the Rattler, and the Snake. And then Dragonfly up top. And made sure to say this for last. The full setup of this display. How awesome is this setup? Looks really cool, and it's a really nice display. Very clean. So many Joes, and you still got room for more. That's exciting. So love to see this. Thank you so much for showing us your display. That was very, very cool. All right, let's see what the comments say about that. So much order on these. Oh, shelves. My shelves never look that organized. Same. Nice. Brian P, that's the most organized Cobra has ever. King Electric. That Serpentor looks good. I might just go ahead and go the eBay route and just pay that price because I need that guy. You should probably do it if by the end of this month we don't have any news, because as soon as you buy it, of course, Serpentor is going to be revealed on that third Yojo June. Serpentor on top shelf with no light and extra dust. That's not cool. All the villains. DJ Jedi, Pim and Dasher of the Crimson Homies is an inspired choice. Salute. Absolutely. Lawson. Arctic Bats are another thing that needs re-release before that HasLab is available. Entertainment Earth has a new pre-order for July for them, so they might actually be coming, hopefully. Blitz, they really do look cool. Classified is my favorite line, but I love the way giant robots look on display. Yeah, they look really cool, Henry G. Thinking about making this whole display giant robots, Transformers, Bandai Soul of Chogokin. Wow. Chojokin, Voltron, etc. Very nice. King Electric, yes, no job. Nice. Pack Rat, that's a truly epic Joe collection. Who display is this? Oh, this is DJ RC 35. Let me see if he responded because I emailed and was like, yo, what is your YouTube handle? Oh, let me see. No, I do not. No, he did not send it to me yet. So Yeah. Hopefully he will, so I can make sure to do a full deal. Where's Chuckles? Was he part of the Rawhides? I would think so. Let me go back. See if I can zoom in on the Rawhides section here. Don't see him. Maybe he didn't have Chuckles. Yeah, I don't see him in any part of the collection. Chuckles wasn't exclusive, so maybe it's just hard to track down for him. Dog Avenger, they're already back. It's something they need to re-release. I saw those shows at Lowe's. Really? What are they? I really dig them. It's an amazing display. Retro Robo, you need to show yours, man. Yours is really cool too. Nice. Got one thing to say about this display? About this display. Yo, Joe! You can't do that when you collect one line. I was seeing somebody on his tank and they just had everything. It's like, this is what you can do. You just have focus. And I do not. Russell, thank you. I'm so glad to see you're here to get all the accolades for your display, man. Thank you for sending this along to us. Well done, soldier. Rank and files are clean. Appreciate it. Chuckles win a special mission. I'm still waiting for him. Yeah, man. He was a tricky one to get. He wouldn't be a bad one for them to do a retro figure. Maybe make him look a little bit more like he did in G.I. Joe the movie. Lawson so far have one of every classified figure that's been released except for that red, white, and blue Duke. Walmart sent me a retro Duke instead when I ordered them. I don't know. I feel like you might have won. It's $9.56. Huh. Let's see. What do y'all think about the HasLabs? Let's do this real quick. Let's say 10 minutes. So we know no G.I. Joe HasLab, no Marvel Legends HasLab. Doesn't look like there's anything from Star Wars. Transformers. Probably get the news there's no HasLab for them as well. And I know we've talked about this just a little bit, but I'm curious. Do y'all want to see HasLabs retire for the made-to-order format? Are you fine with them taking maybe a year break? Or you just want to see them never do that again? So you don't have to sweat out, oh, are we going to get these tiers? And is it just better like knowing everything you're going to get straight up? And even better for that made-to-order format, you don't have to pay until it arrives, which I think is awesome. So let me know what you think. Not crying over not having that Duke. Dang, Lawson, I had extra white and blue Duke. I would cancel. I wish I would known. Retro Robo. Also, whoever had the Ghostbusters and Star Wars stuff looked really cool too. I love seeing everyone's displays. Yes. Yo, Josie, just G.I. Joe HasLabs. Only forget the rest. So it's funny because I feel like with Marvel Legends, they were the ones after Giant Man. I was like, I don't really know what else would be really conceivable. I know some people are going, let's get some Celestials. Excuse me, but it took them so long to get Giant Man funded, and he didn't finish funding with all the tiers. So it was like kind of dicey. Those last 24, 48 hours, the Snowcat also had that thing, and it was kind of weird because to me, it seemed like people were like, I don't have snow in my area. I don't need the Snowcat. And I'm like, use your imagination still. But I wonder because G.I. Joe is so environmental focused, like if you just had to stick to your Rattlers, your Sky Strikers, your Conquests, or your Mobats, that kind of stuff, would you not be able to do any of the sea vehicles? Would people not be interested in a hydrofoil, the whale, or whatever else? Marvel Legends, of course, is just like, I don't know what else makes sense. The made to order shifting permanently to that seems like a really smart way to go. They could still do a Fantastic Car in that format. We don't have to worry about tiers for that. I don't think that a X-Men Blackbird in the scale that it would need to be would make a lot of sense because you'd have your cockpit area for your X-Men, and then the rest is just wasted space. Unless you just needed a compartment to have everybody sit, but I don't know how then it would make sense with the tiers and then how you would display it. Anyway, let's see what everybody else is. Russell, I think the mail to order is better. I definitely like paying when it arrives. Like that is really nice. Not so nice when they're all hitting at the same time, but it's better. Jibru, collecting just one thing isn't something I'm particularly suited for. Same. Retro Robo, I think I prefer the made to order format for sure. I don't like when a HasLab I want fails to fund. Looking at you, Rancor and Engine of Vengeance. Well, maybe you don't even have to wait because they still release all the figures. I mean, now we got Robbie coming in. Is there anything else? I mean, we could get a more risque version of Goblin Queen. Yeah, that's the thing. And I almost feel like maybe they should just release some of that stuff where they didn't fund, and maybe this is a moot point. Uh, Afterwards on Hasbro Pulse, like if you backed Giant Man, you could pay $20 to get that scroll head. Anybody else who, for whatever reason, just wanted a big Giant Man head could pay $50 for it. Blitz, I need a Murray, no matter how they make it. I do too. Jibra, I prefer made to order. HasLabs are irritating. Why is that? Henry G, I have at least one of every classified except the G.I. Joe Porta Potty. That's the second version of that mole rat. Porta Potty. Rick Cage, $1 billion company doesn't need to use the GoFundMe model. Made to order is most logical, Captain. That is all. Lawson, I'm proud of my classified collection, but even more proud of my 80s Joe collection. Have all the figures from 82 through 88 complete and in excellent condition. Lots of original vehicles, too. Nice. Pack Rat says, agreed. They're a major company and should need to crowdfund anything. Made to order makes far more sense. Jibru, I prefer to pay when the order is made. That way I know I have the money to buy it when it's actually paid for. Yeah. Lawson, sadly, nowhere to display my Joe stuff. I like the idea of made to order best. Gives us time to get stuff and takes a hassle out of things. That's the model I want. Hassle free. DJ Jedi, I've never been in on HasLabs. A multi-billion company should be able to get product to market without crowdsourcing. Plus, everything deserving of a HasLab's pretty much been done at this point. I think G.I. Joe is the main one that I'm like, yeah, they've still got plenty that they could do in that format. I would have said Black Series vehicles, but the prices on the vintage collection vehicles are so much. I don't know how feasible it would be. I mean, would an X-Wing cost $300 when you can only fit one character? We've already got a really great Luke Skywalker and R2. I mean, like there are no viable tiers there unless you want to. I mean, unless you want to go like the silly route. Here's an extra wedge, then you need another X-Wing. It's just I don't know. Alex Sanchez, what I think is the next HasLab? I don't know. We're not going to know anything until next year. Who knows? Ryan Daly says the HasLab campaigns are good for fan engagement, but there's so much unnecessary stress involved. I prefer the simplicity of a made to order. Yeah, I mean, there's no tiers to worry about, and it's someone who was sweated out for Snowcat and for Giant Man. I really do appreciate. Yes, I absolutely do want to get this Mephisto. No hassle, great. I'll take them. I'll take those Sentinels as well from X-Men 97. Yeah, I think I get too. So yeah, I think it works out pretty well. And you can cancel still. So if you don't want that Arctic Hiss tank, you can just say no thanks. Yo, Josie, 20 years, we'll all be older and classified won't exist. So let's appreciate what we have now. Good advice for everything. Harry G, I like the made to order model as well, but the build up of seeing if it has level fun is so fun. The anticipation is great, especially since I don't hunt that much. I think there is a fun celebration when it does fun, and it's like, can all the tears go? There definitely was that sense of satisfaction with the Snowcat. I didn't really care about the tears for Giant Man, so it wasn't the same thing. But there have been some where it's like, will they get there? Yes. It's fun. Dog Avenger. They made a lot of expensive stuff this year. I can see skipping HasLab and making Fatal Fluffies army builders. They better make a lot of them. I need 3 or 4. Hopefully they don't have a maximum. Olu, made orders the best. HasLab roller coaster is outdated. Sell me the Engine of Vengeance. Yeah. Pack Rat. Would be nice if you get the option to pay for stuff either at the start, at the end, or somewhere in between. Yeah, like when you have the money, here you go. Take it. King Collector. I still don't know how I missed out on Giant Man. Clearly, you weren't listening to my lives in every video through the entire funding process because I was like, don't forget Hank. I think I thought I had him back on. I think I thought I had him. I had backed him on day one. Somehow didn't. He's only $199 too. The cheapest HasLab, I think. I think he might have been cheaper. But yeah, he was a great deal. All about the villains. I prefer pay now and get the item later, but give me a payment plan option would be great too. David Thanos, never been a fan of HasLabs. We need this many backers to make the toy. It's kind of ridiculous. Made to order all the way. Blade Tarpley, X-Wing tiers, ground crew, the Star Wars boxes and hoses connect to the ship. Oh yeah, another little thing to drive Princess Leia, Han, Luke around after they destroy the Death Star. Doc Avenger, they should have given us a choice on the Giant Man heads. Didn't want the zombie head, wanted Skrull head. Yeah, because I think that was by far the more desirable one. Super Maurice, what's up? I like the lights and all that, but I absolutely don't need them. I prefer made to order over HasLab. Yeah, it feels like this is going to be an easy decision for a lot of y'all. Russell Cruz, I think there's going to be more vehicles coming out this year and next year. Hopefully. Lawson, I mean, how things went down with Dragon Man was the ideal smooth way to go on getting cool things. That's the best way. Same with those Sentinels. We had a month to get dough together, etc. Right. Jibru, I don't care for HasLabs for a few reasons, but mostly I don't like that a corporation that can afford easily to produce those goods without crowdfunding, without the anxiety. Henry G, I'm not saying it isn't kind of stressful, but seriously, most of them are funded in the end. And in the end, it doesn't even matter. What's up, Ron? Only did two, Sentinel and Galactus. Cancel my Apocalypse and Mephisto made to order. What made you cancel them? Lawson, I think Giant Man would have funded a lot faster. That included a Yellow Jacket tier. Just saying. Yeah. I mean, the tiers of extra heads were kind of lame. Vintage Bob, I hope they release Mephisto early. Should be a few weeks, July 1st, I think, but sooner is better. Ha! Depends if you got the money. And they're not dropping a bunch of exclusives right around then. Jalen, I think they could stand to tweak the HasLab model, keep the branding and pomp and circumstance, but remove the crowdfunding aspect. Just keep the order window open longer. I'm trying to remember. They said they needed a full year rollout time, but I'm with you. I don't understand why it's so hard. Lawson, well, imagine if we'd gotten an Ant-Man head for Giant Man with that cool helmet. I'd have loved that. Henry G, made to order is almost the same thing. We just don't know what the magic number is. I'm correct on that, right? No, there's no number for it. You are right. They don't have an order, and they also don't make us pay up front, which is great. I mean, it's like, the HasLabs when it closes and it funds, it's getting out of your wallet right away. Made to order is like, yeah, Mephisto's coming out next month, and you'll pay for it next month. Hey, enjoy Masters, man. Have a good time. Thanks for hanging out with us. All the other villains, give me a paying for options on a HasLab and I buy multiple units. I agree. Ryan Daly, as if to answer the question, there is a G.I. Joe classified made to order coming this year. Yes. What would we be excited about it? Yeah, no, I don't think they did. DJ Jai, Barge, Jabba Sail Barge, Galactus, and Unicron were the only items deserving of a HasLab. Everything else could have been made to order retail. His tank would have done gangbusters at retail. How much would they have been able to get away with charging for that, though? Lost and made to order gives us more options, too. HasLab only gives us expensive options. I think they've left a lot of money on the table not using made to order. I mean, I guess there's time for them to revisit like a his tank and do that again. Ryan, I can't imagine anyone not being excited about this made to order. Sweet. All right, well, that'll do it for today. Okay. Nice. It's pretty cool. That's gonna wrap it up for tonight. With Yojo June, I'll be doing a lot of videos and a lot of cool stuff coming. And apparently there's a made to order that we'll see from G.I. Joe at some point. That'd be cool. What's up, T Brad? What's up? Just tune in. Do a HasLab or made to order, please. Let's get them out there. Wednesday, we're back out again with Movie Files with Jace, Chief, and maybe some other people as well. And of course, I'll be back on for Figure Files on Thursday. I will absolutely be talking about Yojo June week 2 reveals. So stay tuned for that. And we will be back on really soon because there's a whole bunch of stuff dropping, including the official announcement of that Marvel Legends Doc Samson. So for now, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you all soon. And until then, have an awesome weekend. This episode of Lyle's Figure Files has been filed.